Hola, ¿qué tal a todos? Soy Hurtado 2000. Estamos aquí en un nuevo walkthrough para el canal. En esta ocasión, el ya anunciado en el unboxing anterior, el juego of Orcs and Men, sobre orcos y hombres. Y nada, vamos a ver de qué trata el juego. Ya dije en el unboxing que me la jugaba un poco con este juego, ¿no? Porque es poco lo que sabemos de él, poco lo que nos han mostrado, apenas un par de vídeos o tres en el que no nos muestran mucho, pues simplemente posiblemente imágenes un poco de los vídeos más que el sistema de combate o si las habilidades o cualquier historia. Y nada, vamos a empezarlo de momento. El aspecto del juego está muy chulo, vamos a empezarlo en medio porque lo que nos interesa para poder mostrarlo en el canal es poder avanzar. El aspecto está chulo, los menús, está chulo estas imágenes que veis ahora. Tiene un aspecto así a Dragon Age, un poco que salían imágenes así del mundo. Y no sé, yo sigo diciendo que tengo grandes esperanzas en este juego. Puede no ser un gran juego, pero no sé, puede ser un juego entretenido, ¿no? Y algo diferente.
War. Not exactly a new concept. At first, it was really about the coming of an empire. All the human kingdoms on the Icerian continent united under a single crown and a single religion. And in both cases, I can tell you they weren't just playing around. But the end result was there. The Emperor Damocles made humans his sword. It was when His Majesty decided he wanted to extend his influence to the southern lands that sparks began to fly. Because, well, the peoples of the south are beast-like green creatures 8 feet high, all muscle and nerves, with a natural-born talent for war. So, it figures they resisted. Despite besieging their villages, and even though the Imperial army was far better organized, the damned orcs fought back with savage rage, and their victories were the kind remembered for ages. But Damocles wasn't just gonna sit there and take it. Protecting their territory behind a giant wall, the Empire would never give up land, and its ruler wasn't planning on standing pat. With the construction of the wall, the scale of the war began to alarm the neighboring provinces. Faced with the Green Peril, the Empire saw the elves and the dwarves as potential allies. With their support, a quick victory over the Greenskins was a certainty, and peace could finally return to the Icerian continent. Afterwards, it just remained to be seen what kind of peace would await the vanquished. Over the decades of conflict, the Orcs were already beginning to figure it out. They were much sought after for their strength and toughness, and so grinding slavery was always going to be the result. Submit or die. Needless to say, for a goblin like me, things were going to be just as bad. We were there to be had like rats in a trap. Yeah, it's not easy being a greenskin on this fucking continent. You got my sympathy if that's your case.
Bueno, pues después de la intro del juego, que entra muy bien, empieza contada por este Goblin, un poco va a ponernos en situación de la aventura. Empieza el juego, se muestra el juego y vamos a ver. Pero el aspecto del juego es impresionante. Vaya que sí lo es. Pensaba que las imágenes que había visto eran de PC, que posiblemente sean de PC, pero aquí en PlayStation 3 la verdad es que se ve muy bien. Se ve las texturas de los orcos y la vegetación y tal, joder. Está muy chulo.
See anything on patrol, Butcher?
No, nothing. No footprints. I climbed to the top of a hill to the northwest and saw the heath and their fucking wall to the north. It would make a good lookout point till nightfall.
Excellent. The Resistance found us a good place to camp to wait for what comes next. You, stand watch there. We'll change every 3 hours.
está, joder, muy chulo, me está sorprendiendo.
He's probably somewhere around the falls.
I'll go see him.
Very good. Rest for an hour, then take a look around the eastern part. We'll have to stay on our toes now. Dissidents or not, it's tough to trust humans. Difficult to trust anybody.
Understood.
Vale, esto es el mapa. Pulsa Select para abrir el menú y luego para acceder al mapa del nivel y al diario de misiones. Vale. Entonces, Select. Bueno, aquí vemos el menú del muñeco. Aquí se ve muy bien, o sea, es la hostia, macho. Me sorprenden. No solo la parte que me va a sorprender, creo, la historia del juego, como yo decía, me sorprende de momento incluso gráficamente. Porque pensaba, como digo, que los vídeos que había visto eran de PC, pero no se alejan mucho a lo que estoy viendo ahora mismo. Bueno, como veis aquí, arma, torso, brazos, grebas, que llevo las grebas de gladiador, arma, trinchadora. O sea que, por lo que veo, es un juego, un RPG al uso. O sea, podemos ir colocando, como veis, amuletos y ropa y distintas armas. Atributos, fuerza, agilidad, aguante y mente, con cualquier RPG que se tercie. Ahora mismo no podemos subir nada. Habilidades. Este es el mapa. Y el diario, la primera misión. Así empezó todo. Arkail tiene que dar con alguien que pusiese a hablar con él en el campamento. Bueno, pues un poco echando un vistazo. Menú sencillo. Aquí está este, no podemos pasar. Ya te digo, la vegetación, la luz y los escenarios, el orco sobre todo, está chulísimo, o sea, se ve muy bien. Pues nada, por lo que veo hay que hacer esta primera misión. Le da el R1, elegimos como un ataque. Por aquí supongo que he venido, por aquí no voy ahora, vale. Hay que ir hacia adelante. Esto es un ataque. Pues como para elegir ataques o una orden o órdenes de ataque. No sé, no lo comprendo muy bien. Así, mira, ¿ves? Pero ahora mismo no las hace. Supongo que luego no las irán explicando, porque se queda el muñeco parado. Ahora mismo estoy parado, no puedo moverlo. Solo me deja como elegir los ataques, pero tampoco. Y se mete en el menú. Vale, no sé. Con el R1 aparece ahí eso. Vale, vamos a seguir para adelante. Tengo el mapa. Aquí no se puede pasar, o sea que me da que lo vamos a usar bastante. Sí. Bueno, el control es un poco tosco. Todo hay que decirlo. Pero de momento sencillo. Se puede manejar.
There you are. So, how do you feel?
Nervous, impatient. I'd really like to know why we were brought here.
Something big. It's just the worst of us in this one. Even the chief's gonna get his hands dirty.
Jarhill? Really? We gonna kill the Emperor or what?
Ha! Why not? That wouldn't hurt us a bit.
Vaya, aquí vemos que tengo opciones y todo para los diálogos.
Come back down to Earth. You don't send out a Bloodjaw raiding party to go on parade. But there are limits, you know. With or without allies among the Quarsan, 4 of us ain't gonna pull off what our armies couldn't do when we were at our strongest. All of this reeks of a last stand, or a suicide mission.
Hey, show some guts, Bloodjaw.
Enfrentarse a Arken, vaya. Bueno, supongo que habría que hacerlo para que me enseñen un poco a combatir. Sí, ves, te vendrá bien. Bien, como yo había dicho antes, pues me lo tenían que explicar y aquí está. Pasar al menú táctico, L1, ralentiza la acción y te permite seleccionar las habilidades que quieres usar. Acumular órdenes, selecciona las órdenes que quieres darle a tu personaje. Puedes acumular hasta 4 seguidas antes de salir del menú táctico. Claro, y ataco según órdenes. Bueno, es original, aunque quizá pues, la hace lento el juego, pero lo bueno es que bueno, puedes luchar y mientras girar la cámara alrededor. Ah, y encima me matan o qué. Berserker. En Berserker Arkail se llama nuestro orco. Inflige mucho daño pero es incontrolable hasta que su indicador de rabia se vacíe por completo. Con la ira cegando su entendimiento. El orco ignora la defensa y puede incluso atacar a sus aliados. Ah, pero en Berserker no hay ningún otro ataque. Bueno, esto lo único que lo va a hacer un poco más lento el juego.
You gotta learn to control that rage of yours, brother. Nobody wants to see you losing control, you know. You think nothing can stop you, but you lower your guard completely, not to mention the time it takes you to come back down after. I could have killed you several times over.
No shit, I noticed. But each time I get hit, I'm back in Bay Harbor again. And I go mental.
One more reason not to get hit, and not to keep trying with a technique that isn't working. I told you to defend yourself, and you went straight to the attack. Instead of going on the defensive while I'm talking to you as a friend, do it while you're fighting. You not only get hit less than when you're in an attacking stance, you also control your rage better, and that gives you the time to study your opponents. Come on, let's try again. Only this time you parry my attacks in a defensive stance.
Thanks, Arkin. I appreciate your advice and what you're trying to do. But what I really need is some way to blow off steam on a fucking
En el caso parece que hay dos formas de combatir, atacando, defendiendo.
Help me! I'm being followed. I have a message from Lord Barryman for the Bloodjaws.
What's it about? And where'd you come from?
Humanos, a combatir.
Thank you, Mother Earth.
You have what you wanted, Berserker. They're all yours. I'll get this messenger somewhere safe. Safe from your murderous rage.
Tengo que estudiar bastante mejor el modo este de combate. A ver. Navega por las ruedas del menú táctico para acceder a las diferentes posturas para tu personaje. Cada postura tiene bonificaciones concretas y varias habilidades específicas. Selecciona la postura apropiada para la situación. Entonces, por lo que veo, con L1 atacamos y con R1 defendemos o estamos en defensa. El objetivo de Arcade viene indicado por un círculo rojo, mientras que el objetivo de su compañero está marcado con un círculo azul. Usa cruceta y selecciona tu objetivo cuidadosamente antes de usar una habilidad. Vaya, o sea que por lo que veo los combates son estrategia pura y dura. Por ejemplo, ataque rápido. No sé. Aquí tenemos como, no sé, un ataque, defensa. Es un poco lioso porque elegir el mejor ataque que viene en el mejor momento es complicado porque, yo qué sé, atacar siempre y ya está.
Thank you. You're the butcher, right? A real killing machine. I thought you were a legend.
Shut it, human. Go see our chief in the tent. He was expecting you this evening. I know I'm not telling you anything new, Archive, but be real careful with that. You've got to control your rage. It can't control you.
Okay, shut the fuck up, all right? I'll catch up with you.
Bloodjaws, know that being here today is the greatest honor an orc can hope to receive. You are here for the most important mission in your life, and perhaps in the history of our people. This war has gone on too long, and our enemy is more powerful than ever. But Mother Earth has not abandoned us. We have allies. For a while now, we've been preparing our counterattack with their support, but events are speeding up, and fate has turned against them. We have to move fast, now! It's time to put an end to the genocide that's been ravaging our people for decades. An end to this campaign of hate waged against us by the other peoples. My brothers, we must strike our enemy's head. Today, we are setting off to kill the Emperor. It will be a long and arduous journey. Each of you will receive specific instructions. Needless to say, these instructions, just as your entire mission, must remain entirely secret. You're in enemy territory. Trust no one.
Ha! You said something about a suicide mission?
It's worth a shot.
Butcher, we'll start with you. Follow me. The rest of you wait outside.
No estaba muy equivocado, ¿no?
Right. Archive. You go to the wall. A guide will be waiting for you near the east entrance. His name is Styx. He will guide you to the mire in the lower floors of the Inquisition's tower, where you will contact the Resistance. Do nothing that might endanger them. They'll find you. Don't look for them openly, or talk about your mission with anyone else. The mire is teeming with traitors. You have been warned. The Resistance will help you find High Mage Orcs, who's being held in the tower. The first part of your mission involves freeing her from the Inquisition. This is critical, Bloodjaw. Orcs will then help you reach the Island of Laments, your final destination, where your only task will be to kill the Emperor at all costs. Questions?
Aquí no sé si puede cambiarme el nombre.
First time I've heard you say my name, Jarhill. What's up with you?
That's true, Bloodjaw. It's a mission for the Butcher of Bay Harbor. But if I don't call you by your real name today, I doubt I ever will.
Nada, menos preguntas.
So basically, I cross the wall, get to the mire, where hopefully the Resistance will contact me. Then I free this Arcant from the Inquisition, go off with her to the Island of Laments, and kill the Emperor. Everything's clear. Had easier jobs, but what the hell?
And you know things always get complicated when you're in the field, Bloodjaw. If you're ready, go now. You should be able to reach the wall during the night. Good luck.
I'm ready.
Bueno, pues nada, tenemos una misión importante para nuestro pueblo, los Bloodjab, nuestro pueblo orco. Aquí estamos, fuera de la espesura, campo llano, para empezar nuestra historia de orcos y hombres.
The Butcher of Bay Harbor. Bunch of assholes. They made sure they didn't tell me who I was dealing with. They just gave me a name. Arkai. As if they'd even used it since that fucking battle. No point in wondering what the world would be like today if I'd had any freaking clue what was going on. I'd have said no. First thing, no fucking way. But to be honest, I already knew it wasn't gonna be a walk in the park. The Bloodjaws never screw around. Cold as death and twice as savage. Fucking terrifying. But I was blinded by the smell of money, okay? I was gonna be really well paid just to play the guide and get the killing machine to the other side of the wall. And if everything went well, as a bonus, piles of those pale guys were gonna get killed. No kidding. Who could turn down a sweet deal like that?
Bueno, está chulo, la verdad. Historia entretenida, los diálogos interesantes, gráficos, pues la verdad que más que aceptables, de un nivel bastante alto. Y la historia narrada es interesante, como la narran. Digamos que te la narra un goblin con el que nos vamos a unir ahora y que nos guiará en la aventura. Somos, como ya digo, un orco de las fuerzas del mal. Y nada, empieza nuestra aventura en solitario de momento. Supongo que ese es el supuesto castillo donde tenemos que rescatar a la mago. Es un mago tía. Como digo, el aspecto visual está muy interesante. Hemos encontrado a nuestro compañero de viaje.
Hey, take it easy. I'm the guy. Okay. Glad it was easy hooking up. On the other hand, it's gonna be a little bit trickier than I thought. Inquisition is around. The doors are closed and there's a curfew. They're not letting anything or anybody through. It's a real mess.
¿Un
Why
goblin?
the hell did they give me a Rakash as a guide?
Vermin, huh? Maybe because whatever you think, I'm still the best.
I want to know more before I follow you, Rakash.
What can I say? You can't just walk up to the wall, knock on the door and say, "Good morning, I'm here to assassinate the Emperor," and expect them to open up. You gotta take other paths. That's where I come in.
Vale, parece que van a formar una sociedad bastante interesante. Pues supongo que yo pongo la fuerza bruta. Y el goblin parece que pondrá pues la astucia, la inteligencia y un poco entrar en sigilo.
You still don't get it. I want to know more about you.
Me? Well...
Listen, Rakash. I never saw a goblin that could talk, let alone be a guide.
Look, you're right. The other goblins are idiots. But I'm a survivor. Actually, I'm so old I can be your grandfather.
My grandfather? You watch your mouth, asshole. My grandfather was an honorable warrior, not some...
Okay, no offense. It's just an expression. What I mean is I'm a lot older than the others. A hell of a lot older. I've survived. And to survive, you gotta be smart. Is that a good enough explanation for you? Can we go now?
Vale, vámonos.
All right. I don't like it, but I don't really have a choice. You go first. One wrong move, and I'll rip your head off and shit in the hole.
Qué bueno.
See? I wasn't bullshitting. They've even closed up here. Wait for me. There's a passage just over there. I'll go and open the door.
Bueno, pues aquí manejando al Goblin en el comienzo de esta aventura, ya con nuestro dúo especial, un Goblin, un Orco, nuestra aventura en busca del emperador de la tierra al que tenemos que matar. Lo vamos a dejar, este capítulo, primer capítulo de este walkthrough de Orcs and Men. Y nada, ya sabéis, comentar qué os ha parecido este primer capítulo. Yo creo que es muy interesante. Darle a like, favoritos, que por supuesto ayuda. Y nada, un saludo y hasta el siguiente vídeo.